That's the whole thing. There's a lot of directories, but I've noticed by being in some of them and paying for some of them, they're very expensive. And so we're starting to bring things out to the businesses they can have a listing for a very reasonable monthly, price per month, And the thing of it is, that's what we're working on right now. So, of course, we're getting more into marketing. Marketing seems to be a very strong portion of the business now. And so I never was in marketing. I always used to be the tech guy in the tech room. And we, back years ago, we used to build computer gaming systems. And, we did good at that. We build them, and of course we tried. People come into office, and they tried. Well, what do we get for this? The price we're paying. That was the bottom line. Of course, I would go into what they were getting, and I had some friends in the office a couple times, and after they seen me in action, after the potential customers left, they looked at me and they said, "I think you scare your customers off, Ken. Can you believe the way they looked at you when you told them what was in that computer system?" I said, "Well, they wanted to know what was in it." "Yeah, but you're just too way above everybody's head. You were talking things of, burst cache and, channels and, something that you probably CS majors know about. Well, your regular lay people don't. So they just want a gaming system to game." So I started at that time was my kind of wake-up call to become a little bit more astute with marketing. Marketing brings everything down to a layperson's level to what products you want to get out to the public, and you want to target market and get it into the right person's hands. So if you drink a cup of coffee like from McDonald's, well, they do a lot of marketing to get that advertisement out to the customer to drink their coffee, so that's kind of where the journey of marketing started to take place. So also, when I started to do web design, I was doing web design, and people would come in and they would want to know about web for their business. Well, yeah, we can get out there. We could, well, I take them through a consultation, usually about a 20 or 30-minute consultation, and what it boils down to. Here's the whole thing. People didn't want to spend that much to do this. They wanted to spend very little. I had people tell me that, well, we don't want to put that much into it. Well, $100, couple $100. And I tell people, I said, well, you have to be a little more realistic. I tell everybody out there, in some of my videos already I have, I tell everybody to budget $5,000 to get that first website a chance, because you're going to tie up a lot in marketing. You're going to tie up a lot in marketing. You're going to be doing articles. You're going to be writing, guest blog posts. And I mean, it's just, that's where the lot of it's going to go in marketing. And then you're going to have some design if you can't, if you need a design company to do it for you. So I'd say at least budget $5,000. Of course, people will tell me, well, they don't want to do that, and that's too much money, or they don't have it. And I said, well, I mean, if you believe in yourself, you will, put that much money into it. $5,000 is a minimal amount compared to what other businesses have done. Well, here not too long ago, being a part of summer, I knew someone opened up a business. It was going to cost them $50,000 just to open that door, and voila, they're in business. So, 5,000 is pretty minimal. That would get you probably a good 5 years at the host. A lot of PR in there. And that's, I tell people to look more heavily on PR and marketing, and have a nice, easy design. Have a design, that people can, relate to, that have everything on your layout on your website looking good, but don't get really fancy with it, because people are there just to, search for information. And, I don't know, everybody, you have about probably 6 to 8 seconds to capture that person, to get that person motivated, interested in your products or service, because they will go on to another site. And if you have Flash on there, or fancy widgets that, are doing all sorts of things, people just won't wait for that, page to load, so that's, that's a thing. So basically, this is just kind of a slide to kind of get everybody in the mindset and mentality of what marketing is, what you have to do. Because in years past, when I opened up a couple of businesses, and I really didn't do it right because I didn't tune in on marketing. I just opened them, spent a lot of money, but but it was just done not right, and you don't want to waste money. So you want to get the marketing. So now, years later, everything's kind of changed, and you want to conserve your money and throw more of it, budget more into marketing, which this guy over here could probably tell you if he's in finance. You probably, if you work with, the business division, market, finances, you'll realize that you'll be doing a lot of work with the marketing division, because that's, marketing and PR is, businesses have to spend millions of dollars in marketing and PR for their business, But so anyhow, let's see if I can get this to.
Yay.
So here's another thing, and I've shown some, not all the slides, but some of them to different people that come into my office during a consultation. Can everybody see that with that light being on?
I can see it.
Yeah,
you guys can all see
it.
Yeah.
Okay. Start off on the right foot, think positive, be yourself, and have integrity. This is part of your implementing a strategic planning tiers in business. Basically, you have to think positive. I mean, you're going to have challenges in business, especially, did you say all these people in here do, software design?
I is a computer science major. What do you do? What's your major?
Economics.
Journalism.
Journalism? Okay. Well, that's good because, if you're in journalism, you'll probably like to write papers because, content writers out there, you've probably heard of them. They do a lot of like the iWriters Network does a lot of content writing, and they use content writers. As a matter of fact, I've used them, and I like 100% unique content, for my websites. And if I don't have time to do it, I'll subcontract it out. So you're going to be working with different people with that as well, and then you're going to be working with different people in your software design. You're going to want to, whatever software you implement, you're going to want to get it in the targeted market hand. Like I knew some people years ago who worked with data merge, and these people, what it was, they designed software that the mortgage industry used. And like if you're a mortgage real estate, they sold really to real estate offices. And like you're in the office, somebody comes in, a family comes in looking for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, maybe a sunken living room, 3-level home or something. Well, they could go to this data merge software and type all this information in, and whatever area of the United States they were moving to, they were in, it would bring up, available homes for that. So these designers designed it. Well, now they had to get it out to the customer for people, for like real estate agent office. Real estate agents' offices usually used it. Now, mortgage offices, a little bit, but not much. But a real estate agent was the point of contact for this stuff. And, then I know people who've, like Brad Collian. Brad and Matt Collian are a couple of program software designers. They designed some awesome software to do SEO analysis. I mean, this software just goes out and grabs all the information that I'm looking for. And, well, they're designers. They need to get tuned into marketing, which they have. They do a lot with marketing now. And they have people that help them out with marketing as well. So, it doesn't matter where, I guess, where you're at on the chain. It's just you're going to have to correspond with some sort of marketing level, because you design some great software, you write some great content, you do some great financial analysis. Well, now, if you run your own businesses, you're going to have to get this word out So that's where marketing comes in. So, and you have to think positive. I know people who've been in business, and a lot of them aren't positive, they're very negative. Well, like the people, like I was telling you guys last Wednesday morning, I knew a couple in Mattoon that wanted to sell vintage clothing. They had a vintage clothing, they had a used clothing shop. And
where is it? Where is the clothing shop?
Well, it was in Mattoon.
Oh,
Illinois.
okay.
And they were going to get out of it, and I said, "Are you sure?" I said, well, yeah, just nobody seems to come in. I said, well, where's your marketing? Where's your marketing target at? I said, vintage clothes, which was, vintage clothing is older clothing. Well, you don't advertise, you don't promote it right. Well, I went online and looked at some, phrases under vintage clothes, and man, there's a whole bunch of people looking for that stuff. I mean, 350,000, 100,000 under different phrases, different keyword, like derivatives from the parent keyword. Chicago's got a lot of them looking for vintage clothes shops in Chicago. I mean, 40 or 50,000, that's a monthly search. I looked at these people and I said, man, you're missing the mark. Well, I don't know what to think about it. Well, you don't know your market until you test it. That's where, there we go. That's where you're going to implement strategic planning tiers. It's going to be part of your tiers. And basically a business roadmap, everybody, are you doing your own business? If you're doing your own business now currently, do you have a good business plan in place? That's the big thing. Business plan, every business needs a business plan to give you a roadmap, and you're going to be, on the right road. Are you on the right road? The journey of business. Does your business opportunity include a business plan? Do you have a product or service but no clients or customers? Is your business stable and consistent in visual perception? This is another thing. You have to have a business plan because it kind of keeps you motivated with goals that you set. And if you don't set the vision, mission, and the goal statement, you don't know where you're going. You're going to be going like this. So you have to set the main one, and then you have to set little daily goals, too, that can help you proceed to your main goal. And the needed structure with this is, you have to gather information, brainstorm at ABT. Now, ABT is more... I'm sure everybody's heard of that. Have you heard of ABT?
What's ABT?
Always be testing. People in marketing, online especially, they're always testing. I mean, it's just, they're always testing new campaigns, new promotions, new strategies to get your product out to the public's eyes. And then also, information gathering and brainstorming is when maybe like a group of engineers will get together on a team building a software or something. Well, they're going to be doing a lot of information gathering, and they're going to do a lot of brainstorming because they want to put the best ideas and concepts in place. So when you do gather information, brainstorm, and ABT, you're going to take in resources. Of course, you're doing this in a team effort. You're going to be using hopefully a team effort concept. You're going to be looking at how much it's going to cost from the finance manager. You're going to have some base ideas, and you're going to be able to see some derivatives off the base ideas. And then you're going to be looking at marketing and support, and all this brings successful ideas around. So this is a kind of an important structure. And then positive communication. Positive communication is another thing. You have to know how to communicate with your peers. I mean, you have to make sure everybody's on the same track. Just as I said, like with my incident years ago doing the gaming systems, I was way up here and they were looking for something down here. Well, definitely we were not using positive communication in that aspect. It was just more or less, I was just kind of talking out to the air and people couldn't understand it. So was that proactive? No, it wasn't. It wasn't proactive. So I've learned to come down to, a layperson's level, I guess. Positive networking. Networking could be anything. Could be going to an E4E event, could be going to an event like this, could be going to school function, could be going to a chamber after hours, a midtown committee meeting. It could be anything that you're going to network with different associates in business that might, you might be able to connect with, and they might be able to help you, towards your journey of success, So positive networking is, which I've gone to a lot of them. Some of them you can get into. Other ones are just kind of like, well, so you're gonna be able to test the waters if you go to a lot of them. I've gone to a lot of them between here, Chicago, St. Louis, and some of them are, most of them are pretty proactive. There might have been a couple in there that, it's kind of, there's always another one, So basically, positive networking, positive trust, that's a big one. I tell people, if you expect people to buy your products, they need, especially online, when you purchase online or when someone purchases off you online, you don't know who they are. Like, you really don't know who they are. I mean, when people market online and they run the the AWeber or the InResponse or GetResponse or something, they capture that person's email address, which I'm sure everybody's had bought something online, they've had their email captured. When all of a sudden now you're going to get things from the people who you bought off of, and they're going to be selling a multitude of products. So this is it's a positive trust. They're building in those email sessions trust with the buyer, so they can sell you something later on, upsell or a downsell or a site. There are so many different sales out there. So they want to capture. Want to keep you as a long-time client. So there are a lot of people that are just customers, go out and buy, and that's it. You never see them again. But then a lot of these places, they like to keep you on a client, so they're going to run a lot of client lists because it's just that's the money is in the list. Of course, are your marketing techniques up to par? Well, years ago, my marketing techniques were not up to par. You have to be passionate in your content. You have to believe in what your product or service that you're selling. You really got to love it. I mean, that's just and people could see that when you're talking to them face to face. They could see that. Well, hey, this guy really believes in this product. That's like, I think I tell this in my videos, I wish the company I'd take a lot of vitamins, and I wish they would have an affiliate program because I'd be all over it. I mean, these vitamins, they just make me feel so good. It's just,
they do. They do. One of them is the Herbalife.
I've heard of Herbalife.
Yeah. Their affiliate program, so you can be an independent associate and selling products.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can. It's like, if you are new to the program, you get like a little bit of cut, but when you move up, you get most of the revenue.
Oh, okay. I have heard of Herbalife. I've heard of Nutraceutical, Nutrisystems, and at the time I don't use them, but I just use these other vitamins. But they're just a store point. So they're a small. He said they're not corporate, not big corporate, I guess. So they just got a few stores around the United States, so they don't have an affiliate program. So. But you've got to be passionate for what you're selling. You've got to believe in yourself. Like, I love gaming. I do a lot of gaming. I do a lot of Assassin's Creed. I do a lot of Skyrim. I mean, I could sell that game all day long probably because I just love it. They have challenges in them, but I mean, I just love it. So you need to create a buzz, a community buzz also. There's a good marketer online, Kim Roach. She is I think her link's in this at the end. She creates community buzz with her products. When she brings articles out to the forefront of her websites, and I mean, she just loves marketing. She loves helping people in business kind of tune up their marketing. And I mean, you got to create a community buzz with your products and service to get people knowing about it, get people interested in it. Have a fun and active personality. Years ago, I really didn't have that good of a personality. I was in the tech room. I looked at computers all day, built them, and you might have a little fun doing that, but I mean, it was work. So I didn't have any of that. So over the last handful of years, I've come out more and more, doing more of these things, doing more, you know, a little more presentations and whatnot and videos. And so you have to have fun and be active, have an active personality. Of course, I said earlier, the money is in the list. If you've got if you buy a list, I mean, you know, you can buy a list of people that, you know, the list of people interested in your products and service. You buy let's say you buy a list of 3,000 emails for that targeted niche, and you spend $300 or $400. Well, now you're going to start working with that list. You're going to start sending them a series of emails, and you're going to start promoting maybe at the beginning you'll give them some information, who you are, what you're trying to sell, what you're trying to do. Give them value. Everybody wants to have a lot of value, overemphasize with value. Then you start, you know, maybe presenting a sale pitch to them, you know, and getting customers. And then, you know, as you get going with this, you'll find out who your good customers are and who they're not. So, you know, the money is in the list. Blog your business to the world. I've had copy bloggers, somebody I know that works with copy blogger. Oh, blog, you know, you got to blog your business to the world. You know, yeah, to get it out there. They do allow, I think, some copy in their networks, not much, but you know, some of them only allow articles and to give you, you know, to give the people information on what your niche is. And if you want to do any copy, sale copy, you do it on your own blog, or you can go to Charlie Page's network. Charlie Page is another he's a good guy in the business. He runs a real large e-sign directories, and I mean, he has, I don't know, he has about 400,000 or 500,000 subscribers. He has multitudes of his hand-picked network directories that he has hand-picked that you can put articles into that has a real high traffic volume. I mean, and then he's got some networks that he'll do solo ads, and you can put solo ads for your products. I mean, he's just phenomenal. And the price is only like, I think, $199 for the year subscription. Is that worth it? Yes, it is. He is, I mean, it's just unbelievable. He's good with that. Christopher Knight is another one that, you know, he runs e-sign articles that you've probably heard of. He has, they have a lot, they have probably 300,000 or 400,000 subscriber probably. And they, you know, but they're very ticky on their articles. They don't allow junk. You have to write quality articles. They will allow connection to blogs, of course. Then from the blog you put your copy, sale copy. No. Does your product and service address the proper areas? See, that's another thing. People, what you're trying to do with your products and service, you're trying to satisfy wants, needs, desires, and frustrations. I mean, people have problems out there. You want to be the one to bring in solutions. It's a deal where if you bring in a solution, they're going to love you for it. I mean, when we did you know, on-site customer service with computers years ago, we arrived at the home and people just, you know, oh, this computer, we're going to throw it out, we're going to do this. So we looked at it, we went in there, cleaned it out, we fixed it right up, and they just loved us forever. Oh, thanks, Kim, we just love you to death. I mean, and to this day, I'll have people come in, I'll bump into them, and they'll say, yeah, boy, do you do computer repair anymore? And I'll say, well, no, we don't do that anymore. Man, I wish you did, man. We sure appreciate you staying in there and helping us out and giving us some, you know, pointers on what we have to do with our computer, you know. So, again, you know, it's just another way of getting out. So, you're looking to satisfy people's wants, needs, desires, and frustrations. Human connection, of course, goes with that. When you leave a conversation or leave something, you want people to say something good about you. Hey, we love that guy. Hey, we love you, Ken. Thanks a lot. Emotional equity using personal marketing, which that would be a form of personal marketing. Maybe giving them a call on the phone every so often and say, hey, how's that products and service doing? You know, we're here if you need us. Here's our phone number. Get calls anytime. Good help desk techniques. We did the help desk thing back in the mid-90s, and it was challenging. It was, you know, we had numerous people calling with all sorts of, situations. And I associated with some of the best associates back then as well, and we had a lot of fun doing it. We learned a lot, and so good help desk. I don't know if anybody been on, you know, like I've called help desk on different things. Man, you wait on the phone for, you know, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and you know, and it's just, you know, and then it's just kind of hard. It's the communication's not good. So, you know, good help desk techniques, and they'll remember that. Of course, I put in there provide outrageous value and build relationship. Yeah, you want to provide some awesome value. I mean, when we're doing this, I want people out there to say, "Hey, Ken, thank you very much. You really supplied us with great, but we're gonna tell other people about you. You're just so great." That's what you want to happen. Now, online business, it's a little. You really got to do the extra mile on that one because again, people are buying off you. You don't know who they are. You have to do some follow-up on that. You might send an email to their email, hey, you know, you just bought a product off us, hope everything's going good with it. Remember, if you need any help, give us a call back, give them your phone number, and, you know, that way, it's just doing a little extra for online, because people, you know, there's not much human connection in there. Everything is global, everything's, you know, point of sale, you buy, and you run on, you know, so it's a little different situation online. I've come from a face-to-face business kind of environment. All the businesses I've had has been all brick and mortar. They've been all face-to-face, so it's real easy, you know, to get in there, interact with the customer a little bit. Personal marketing, authentic engagement. Associate yourself with intelligent influence in business. If you want to do good business, you got to hang around people doing good business. You know the old saying, I don't know, if you want to become a millionaire, you got to hang around millionaires, see what millionaires' habits are. You know, that's Tony, I think one of, Tony Robbins, I think he said that, you know, so you got to hang around millionaires, you know, if you want to become a millionaire. Polarize your market, that means, again, we're reverting back to just provide awesome service. Like the other, I don't know, about midsummer, I went out to GameStop, you know, and I asked the guy there at GameStop, I said, well, you know, I'm not, you know, Skyrim, I was asking Chris about Skyrim and this and that. I mean, he provided me some great service. I mean, he told me what to do in some certain, you know, quests, and, you know, I was frustrated with, and, I mean, you know, he really knew his stuff. I mean, at this one, I mean, that GameStop has my thumbs up, you know, because he gave me some good information. And when I was frustrated with the game, you'd run some quests, and I wasn't doing something right. I was missing something. So he really pointed it out, and it was just, you know, great. Create strong attention of offering. You want to put your service and product out on a pedestal. You want to say, hey, this is the best product that we offer here, you know. And get the kind of interact with the potential client or customer to get them to look at it and get them to want to buy it. Build foundational trust. Sometimes stepping outside the box. You might just like that. There's a restaurant in Decatur, Illinois that they have. It's called the Chicken something, and they have a big car that has a big chicken on top of it. And I mean, it's parked out there in front, and when it's driving along. It's, you see this big chicken driving along, and I mean, that's really, it's kind of stepping outside the box on that one, but you notice it. Well, what's that? A car with a chicken on it? So it's something to get your, attention. And you want to create long-term clients and fans of your products and services because you want them to come back to you again. That's sure money in the bank when you got returning clients, And like that, where I get my vitamins, I'm a returning client because they give me such awesome vitamins, And I could probably buy these vitamins at a grocery store, but they don't give the personal service like these people do at the store I buy them at. So keep that in mind. Proactive business model. Positive thinking, positive business plan, effective communications, make a great impression. You are a business owner. Now, there's a difference between business owner, and this is going to be available. I'm going to have it on a website, and it's on one of your sticks, one of your flash sticks. And it's on your computer, isn't it?
Yeah, I can share it.
Okay, you can share it. Also. you go into a job and you just go and you work. Okay, you go in, your boss tells you you need to do this, and that, you do it. Okay, a business, you're in business for yourself. You get to be creative. You have the opportunity to use your ideas. You have the opportunity to change things, try things. It's a totally different mindset and mentality. You know, I knew someone who ran a computer shop, matter of fact, years ago, back in the 90s. Well, she got her brother and his wife to help him with business. Well, these people came in and they run it like a job. You know, they were working another job, so they come in, they run it like shift work. Well, they come in, they work from this time to this time, and that was it. So if they had customers wanting to come in and their time to leave, they just shut the door and locked it. You can't do that in business. You're open for long hours. You're there to satisfy the customers because you want them to buy off of you. So a mindset mentality of a job and a mindset mentality of a business, totally two different things. You got to use your own ideas, and if that's the payoff there. You know, you don't have a boss telling you that. You know, you're able to use your own ideas. If you try something in PR marketing and it doesn't work or not effective, you're able to change it. Where if you're working for a boss, he tells you to do it, you do it, and if it doesn't fly, well, you know, and you might have had some good ideas, but the boss told you to use his other ideas. So it's a world worth payoff. Know your legalities and tax requirements. Knowledge building your niche. The more knowledge you know in the niche, the better you are. If you're really good with finances, and you could guide people. If you open up if you're a CPA and you open up for tax services, you can guide people in small business. What are good write-offs, and what are positive, and what's this? I mean, be knowledgeable to what when you're in your niche, because you know I've gone to different kind of department stores. You go back and ask somebody about something. Well, I don't know. I got to go get a salesperson. I don't know. And the salesperson to come in, you ask them. Well, they don't know. I mean, come on, you know, I mean, yeah. So be very knowledgeable or knowledge building your niche, because that's very important. Set attainable business goals, like, you know, like as I said, that's another thing. During my consultations with people wanting to, you know, want to put a website out there and make a lot of money, people would come in and actually say, well, we want a website that make $1 million. Well, I said, well, now, you know, I'm not going to deter building a website, and you could do this and make money. I said, but you have to do, there's a big foundation of building blocks you have to put in place to make that millions of dollars. So set your attainable business goals at average, and you know that way you're able to meet the goals, and you won't get discouraged. See, people in network marketing, they get very discouraged because network marketing is a business skill. Even though you hear the gurus say anybody could do it, well, you have to. It's a skill you got to build on. And I don't know, is anybody in here familiar with network marketing?
So I'm not sure. Is that like if you're selling multivitamins to people?
Well, it's a deal where like take like Nutrisystems. Nutrisystems is a couple ladies I know in St. Louis. They sell nutraceutical items, and they're a network marketing company. They get other people involved that's going to do the same thing that they're doing, and they get a commission fee off of it. That's, you know, they're out there, and you know. And if you don't know network marketing, it's a skill you have to build. So, you know, and you have to know communications and be real good at networking.
Do you have any suggestion about, are you going to talk about it later, like how to build those kind of skills to do network marketing?
Well, I probably could. I think I have some slides on network marketing.
Cool.
I didn't bring them with me. But, you know, network marketing is a skill you have to build. You have to, you know, and sales is a skill. All depends on the sales you're in. If you're in, you know, like I'm not a car salesman, you know, I just don't sell cars. So, you know, but, you know, network marketing is a business model that is used in a lot of businesses. Avon uses it, Amway uses it, some of the other corporate entities, I think they use it in some of their, you know, like kind of mid-level business models. You know, but we can get more into that. You know, I mean, I could bring some information on network marketing, some good network marketing companies out there that have positive reviews, you know. But, yeah, you have to know keyword phrases, and you want to capture all of them, you know, because there's people looking for different things. So do a lot of ABT, a lot of brainstorming. And I call these the SMART goal structure. It's just be specific in your niche, measurable, you know, be measurable in the information, attainable goals, relevant, make sure they're relevant to what the thing is about. Like, you know, like this is marketing. Is it really relevant to computer science? Well, you're probably interact with some marketing departments to sell your products if you're going to be a sole proprietor. You know, because you'll want a marketing firm or marketing company to come in and learn and put your you know, software on the market and help structure some sort of a marketing plan and promotions for it. So you'll have a little bit, you know. Make sure there are time-based goals. Make sure you're going to if you're going to write 3 articles tomorrow for your, you know, for your website, make sure you write 3 articles tomorrow for the website. Put them out there. That's the goal for tomorrow. The goal for the next day, do 2 or 3 videos. The goal for the next day, you know, and you just set them real small where you'll attain them a lot easier. Because people it'll become overwhelming. When you're working online, it's overwhelming. It becomes overwhelming. You got so much information that you're trying to take in, and it's just an overwhelming experience. And people will just, they'll just stop it. Team marketing goal structure teams should be, you know, focusing on ideas, target market. Who's going to be the target market? What's your software? What's your products and service? Who are they going to target? Are they going to target young people, middle-aged people, older people? Like Cracker Barrel, you know, everybody's knows. I know a girl that works there, and she said, oh yeah, 95% of our client are senior citizens. Well, why is this? Well, senior citizens, they like the home-cooked meals. I mean, that's their market. Home-cooked meals, you know, so senior citizens like it. They like it. They got a lot of things going for the senior citizens. Now, does that mean young people can't go and eat? No, they can go in there and eat, but the market is senior citizens. Fast food restaurants are probably young people market. You know, so you know, so you'll be able to put, you know, brainstorm these ideas in your team. Set your goals. You have what they call SWOT. It's called strength, weaknesses, opportunity, and I guess
Threat.
I call it trouble.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's you know, what's your strength in your goal? What could be your weaknesses? What's your opportunities? And what could be you know, trouble down the road? You know. If you have a nice team going, let's say you're building you have a software project, you have 10 programmers in there, everybody's doing their thing. Well, let's take I don't know, Bethesda software, they build Skyrim, okay? Well, they had a team of about 15 programmers or something. Well, everybody had what they were supposed to do. Some did animation, some did, you know, back-end coding, some did, you know, graphic design, some did, well, if 3 of them would get up and walk out, how long it's going to take them to get replacements to keep that time frame of their new game to come out, you know? So that's another thing. That could be trouble ahead, you know? And then, you know, so opportunity could be having the group together, everybody putting in their, you know, their, you know, code, they're doing everything they're supposed to do. And then what's the weakness? Well, is there somebody missing work all the time that they can't get the design done? You know, it's a deal where, and in your strengths. But you'll find this out in your meeting, in your goal meetings. And of course, your outcomes, you really want to talk about your recommendations. Traffic strategies, I don't know, traffic structure, I just picked out just a handful of these because you could be all day on these things. If you're doing online, if you're online solely and you want, you know, to get traffic to your website, you're going to do good backlinking, building. It's going to be, that's off-page SEO, website optimization, which is on-page SEO, article marketing, affiliate recruitment if you're selling a product and you want to put that product into ClickBank or Commission Junction or some of those other organizations that sell affiliates. that could be what you're looking at. List building, we've talked about that before. Video marketing has really become a thing, so you want to get those videos in there as well. Traffic strategies continue. Of course, Pinterest is a big one. It's Pinterest marketing now. It's starting to become a real big thing. Press release distribution. I think we talked about that at that Wednesday meeting we had there with Jeremy. I think I heard someone mention press releases. Blogging, of course. Contest marketing. I've heard a little on that. Social marketing. You know, everybody's on social media now. Media buying, which could be buying CPC from Google AdWords, but there are some good PPCs out there, you don't have to go through Google, that would give you a lot of exposure at a little more affordable cost. Of course, your affiliate networks and banner advertising, which if you're coders doing computer science, you could build those scripts and you can run them across how many websites you want to. Software tools and downloads. There are some automated software tools and downloads you can get. Like I use SEO Elite, I use SEO Keyword Elite, Niche Finder. I use a handful of softwares for analysis purpose, not like, you know, there's also automated software to distribute your articles and article directories, but you've seen what happened here not too long ago, the Google Panda and the Google, Penguin, how they took out a lot of websites because of the non-recommended advertising and marketing that the gurus were doing. So we got to be careful on that. I talked to somebody and they said, man, Ken, we were getting 6,000 hits a week. We're all the way down to 100 on their websites because they were using poor backlinking. They were using this spammy kind of,
like send out spam mails to people? Is it like they send out spammy emails to random people, let them click on?
Spammy emails, and then of course they're shooting all sorts of node spammy ads out in the ad networks, and a lot of these automated softwares, like I've got a couple of blogs, and I got gaming blogs out there that's solely on gaming, RPG, MMOs, and I get a lot of spam onto those, but I moderate them, so I delete them. But everything's about insurance, money making, things. I mean, it just, that's somebody out there using our software that's just blasting their ad out to all these blogs out there. So that's, you got to be careful on that. You can get some forum marketing. It's still good. It's I don't think it's #1 like it used to be, but it's still good. Paid reviews. You want to get people to review your products. They're very strong with this on Amazon and eBay. If you sell on Amazon, eBay, they want reviews. Well, how was the shopping experience, Ken? How was it good? Was it good? Then they'll send you emails. Please leave your reviews. So you either leave a good, bad, or the ugly. It's just, and they dwell on that because that's what gives everybody out there. When you're buying off eBay, you want to know a little bit about who you're buying off of a little bit. If they're good shippers, if they have good fulfillment in the products. Well, I bought offline before, not recommended sites, and you sure feel it, but you have to chase down the product or chase contact information down. So be careful on that. So ask for reviews. Like if you're selling a health product and you have a nice client list built up, every so often send out email these people and say, hey, how do you like the product? Please, can you give us a good review? We really appreciate it. Thank you very much. And then, a lot of them, if you have satisfied customers, they'll be glad to send you a positive review.
Yeah.
Of course, you get your different website advertising on, some of these will happen on Google, on, your Bing, and they'll sell different kind of ads on different kind of, or if you have websites, you might have ad spots like, 75 by 75 pixel on a sidebar you might sell advertising on. Ease on advertising, still good. I don't think it's as strong as it used to be, but it's still good.
What's eZine?
eZine.
What is it?
Well, it's you write articles and put them in eZine directories,
Uh-huh.
or
Oh.
there's a whole bunch of them. There's Go directories, there's your Pro Blogger, there's Copy Blogger, and they allow you to put articles in there that's going to be very helpful for readers, for their subscriber lists. You know, and they got, some of them's got real high subscriber lists, hundreds and thousands of people belong to these things. Viral marketing, of course, you know, you want someone to do an interview with you, you know, in business or something, and then what's going to happen, the ultimate thing, you want to thank that interviewer, or thank somebody for that interview, or and because what they'll do, they'll take that and they'll you know, deliver it across their networks. And you'll be getting that interview out there, plus a good plug from whoever you did the interview with. Like I was telling Chong here earlier today that, you know, I have, you know, in the years I've been doing marketing, I've got a lot of free information. I bought some information, and the people I bought off of, man, they're just awesome. So I'm going to probably create a video thanking just a small list of people that, you know, for helping me out, because I needed some information. Well, I will email these people, and I'll show them this, and they'll be all over. They'll say, man, thanks, Ken. And they'll take that video and put it across all their networks, I'm sure, you know. So that's another thing, that's a viral marketing thing there. Okay, business plan inclusions would be put on your positive thinking cap, define the business value proposition, identify your product service offering, identify your target customers by segments. You know, you're not going to try to sell MMORPG games to people that don't play them. You know, I've had people, you know, come up to me, I've talked to people, I said, oh yeah, I do gaming on, I got big screen, I've got surround sound. I said, oh, that's one way to game. I go, I've got to get into it. I said, I can't do a little computer gaming. Well, what are you talking about? They don't know. I said, it's just like watching TV. I don't watch TV, so, you know, but they're watching TV on HD TV. Well, I do gaming on HD. So, you know, so you want to identify your target customers by who they are, determine your synergies and search patterns. I've had people ask, what do you mean by synergies? That's a combination of synchronicity and energy. What's going to happen, you're going to combine the both, and you're going to include project and time management in there, because whatever you're doing, you have to stay on a time schedule to do it with. So I say synergies, you know. Establish marketing tier goals. Well, we talked about a little earlier before. Establish what your market tier is going to be, who's going to do it in the team. Because if you get a team working on it, it's going to be a lot easier. It's going to spread the workload out so everybody's not overburdened and decide just to quit. Budget expenditures and sales projections. That's when you want to have a guy over here in finances on your team, and he'll be able to keep you on budget. Business plan includes continue to do your information research gathering, do your ABT strategy, set daily goals, and if you're unsure about the area, do research on it. You know, that's pretty much you know, everybody, the more you research, the more you're going to find out a little bit more about your situation and be armed with information. Okay, we're going to go through these kind of fast. The PPC networks out there, everybody thought and thinks that Google, YouTube, Facebook are the only ones running a PPC network advertising. You get a lot more of them. There are a lot more. There are other PPC networks running CPM, CPC, CPL, CPAs. And the thing of it is, they're doing the same thing that the big Google, YouTube, Facebook, and Bing, and they're all doing it. Well, they're just more expensive because the competition in those areas is a lot more. Whatever the competition for vintage clothes, I think the one I looked at was $3 and some odd cents. Somebody out there is paying $3 and some odd cents for the lead to get vintage clothing. So if you're doing the same thing, that's the kind of price you're going to be paying in vintage clothes. Can you believe it? Well, you get, of course, advertising models. CPM, everybody knows, the price per thousand refers to advertising bottom base impression. For example, 1 million impressions at $10 CPM equals $10,000 total price, which that's kind of some of the way that the big gurus sell it. But on the other networks, you could buy pennies per impression. Real reasonable.
Yeah, you talked about it last time.
You said, didn't you say you run some CPC on AdWords? Somebody.
I run it. Yeah, I run it for 2 weeks, and then the cost got out of control, so I shut it down.
Well, you'll relate to this.
Yeah.
You'll relate to this because these are very expensive. I knew someone through the summer months, and they were using CPC. They were spending $3,000 a month, and I asked them. I said, "Is your business in Vegas doing where your search is coming from?" And he told me that they weren't even coming from the website. More of them were coming from their mail advertising. I said, "Why do you spend so much?" And he said, "Well, we're trying to get placement and position on Google." Well, at the tune of $3,000 a month, he did that for probably 5 months until he finally quit. I don't know. You know, good. I think I'd put out a few articles, good articles, to get the placement. But at any rate, now, you know, of course, the CPC is price per click. It's not paying for 1,000 impressions. It's now on a website such as click per 1,000 impressions. More clicks, more click-throughs on ads cost less, where if you have less click-throughs, it's going to cost more. You know, you're probably familiar with that. Also, cost per lead, only pay the lead showing interest in your product and services, everybody's ultimate. Here are the other PPC networks can pay as little as 1 cent per CPC. These are some networks, and if you visit the website, they go into really great detail on what their structure is and what their subscriber. I just took some glances at them, and some have 500,000 to a million. 500,000 to a million subscribers. Some have a few million. So you know, there is an opportunity here to advertise and put something and run a PPC in this.
Did you ever research on who are the demographics or the kind of people that are subscribing to these?
You can do that. On some of them, I think they have demographic and they have different country demographics, as well as different states and demographics. Yes, yeah, you can. There's a whole list of them. This is just a portion of a list. I mean, this is just a little list. So, I mean, it's just, you know, www.7search.com is a good one. AdBright, someone told me it was a good one. Pulse 360 is a good one. Yeah, advertising on AOL, it's still a good one. Even though AOL's, you know, I don't know, I've not heard too much about AOL here the last handful of years, but I asked somebody about it, and they said, "Oh yeah, it's a nice network." But, you know, so you're going to get a segment there. Do I see all of them? Media Burst is a good one. Burst Media is a good. Extend Media is a good one. Lead Impact's a good one. I mean, there's a lot of good ones out there. Gemming Medium is a good one, but I heard they weren't taking any more clients at the point in time for some reason. You just have to go on there and see. Maybe they're a quarterly type thing. I don't know. But do some research on these because they will. They have a lot of programs going on, a lot of different situations and cost factors, and I'm sure you'll be able to compare your, you know, I mean, when you put those AdWords out there, when you're in a campaign, were you getting a high response from it? I mean, that's...
The response, because I set a budget, I said I only want to spend $5 per day, so because each click was almost $1. So I will immediately get 5 clicks. So there was amount of 5 clicks, it generated a lead. But that lead didn't, this is a potential client that actually filled out the form, but it turns out that he or she, because I don't know, because that's from Nigeria, so I'm not sure that's a male or female, but never contacted us back.
Well, if you had their email address, you could have probably sent them an email. It usually takes, from the other marketers tell me, you receive an email address of interest. It takes about 7 to 10 responding emails to gain their interest and get it, turn that cold lead into a warm lead. So, but the thing of it is, oh, where are we going now?
This seems like the domain just
Where is,
point
is
to.
this your, oh, this is your mouse up here, okay, it's built in. Oh. But the thing of it is, what you'll have to do, I've seen this casual media here in another presentation I watched, and they recommend that one. You know, I've got this a huge list. You know, just it goes on and on. Okay, the 3 marketing essentials you can't do without, and that's a website, local search placement, and available to mobile search market. You know, it's mobile now. And that's what you were talking about earlier. You said something about a local search business, you know, I guess establishment. Yeah, local search, if you're in a local city, you want to have that local address, local information, and then you want to have a website with the information, and then you want to have it made, you know, available on a mobile search, which you computer science majors, you know, you could probably build mobile apps. Okay, here is, I don't know if anybody's familiar with SCORE. It's a service corps of retired executive. These are people who used to have a business. Just like I said, I was going to go to that thing in St. Louis next month, and these are retired business people from a corporate world, and they're out to help small business, give everybody their kind of, you know, a guiding roadmap of their journey of small business. You know, they're going to come up with good ideas. I'll be doing the same thing down there that you guys are doing here, you know, so, and here is some information, helpful references on, you got some topics, you got some resources, which they have online, you know, applications for if you want to, you know, if you want to have one-on-one consultation with a SCORE member in this area. They have Illinois chapters. I think Champaign's got one.
Yeah, the East Central Illinois. I did went there and filled out a form, and they never called me back.
Really? How long ago was that been?
That was July 27th, and I went there, and they were cordial, but they never called me back. So I was a little bit like, what happened? So what about the St. Louis chapter? Is it?
St. Louis chapter is good. I mean, I've talked to, you know, half a dozen of them people. Now, of course, when I go to St. Louis, you know, I go to a lot of their events, and oh yeah, they're very good people. I've not seen any. Now, the chapter down in Mattoon at Eastern Illinois University, it's a good one. I've been over to their events, and he's good over there. Well, they're good over there, and I've talked to them as well. Well, he did a speech. One of the chapter chairmans over there at the Eastern Illinois thing they had. They had a Eastern Illinois thing a few years ago on business, and they did some speaking over there. And he was very helpful. I talked to him afterwards, and I mean, very, very cordial people. I don't know, I've not dealt with the one in East Central Illinois. So I don't know, you know, did they give multiple cheer people for this area?
I think this is a pretty big chapter. They have a list of like 5-6 people, but it's just, maybe I should just call them back.
I'll tell you what, I could look into it. Let me do some checking, because you should be able to get some help. I mean, they, you know, the ones in St. Louis, well, they're very helpful. You know, if you need financing or need anywhere for grants or need anywhere, you know, anything, a building or whatever, you know, they're on top of it. You know, I mean, they're very helpful people down there. And it seemed like the one at Eastern was good too. Eastern Business Development Center. I'm not too familiar with U of I, so I don't know. You know, but again, this will be available. You know, you could share it with anybody you want to on it.
Yeah.
And Okay, additional references. Thank you for these folks for teaching and having available information for my learning purpose. Well, Will Hankey SEO, that's one of Will Hankey's sites. He teaches SEO. He has online webinars. He does this down live in St. Louis. If you can get to St. Louis, this guy is phenomenal. He's nice. He's down to earth. He teaches nuts and bolts. He's not no guru up here trying to sell expensive software and then running. He's really a good guy, and you can ask him anything and he'll give you some on hands strategies what you could do, and he is just really good. There's a link. Kim Roach again, another she's article marketing. She does some PPT videos also, but I just call a lot of her articles, and her articles really are good. They give you a lot of tips. If you get on her subscriber list, she will, keep you updated on what's coming down to her stream. And I mean, she's really good with keeping you updated on the new marketing techniques that are going, especially online. Everything changes out there. So, she's really good. Jason McDonald, SEO, he's another good one with nuts and bolts. He's a guy out of California. He does webinars. Now, I've not been out to LA area. Well, I should have went out there. When I did go out there, I should have visited him, but I didn't, to visit him in person. But I've attended some of his online webinars and got some of his free tool books out there, and he's really good for information.
Yeah, and just look at his domain. He has SEO in the domain. That's a good SEO. The Jason McDonald, he has jm-seo.org, so that's like a pretty good domain because that's good for searching.
Oh, sure.
Because Google ranks highly for a domain that contains exactly what people are looking for.
Sure does, yeah. He's good. And I recommend visiting these links and looking his stuff over. And if you're going to pursue marketing online, especially, these are ideal links. Vic, I don't know if I can pronounce his name, Vic Stradish. He is kind of a new one out there. He does traffic generation. He does a lot with video. As a matter of fact, he sent me a link the other day and said video 4 is ready. I said, oh, good. So he's another one. He teaches you nuts and bolts how to market a video. Yes, there's a certain way to market a video. I didn't know it. So I found this out about a couple of years ago from a guy by the name of John Adams, and he's over there in London, and he told me, oh, Ken, you have to optimize your videos. Well, really? Well, you do have to optimize, in the descriptions, and then I guess now these places that do video hosting, I guess when the search engines go through and the bots and the spiders kind of go through and analyze these different videos and sites, they do voice recognition. So some of them can detect what you're saying in a video.
That's new.
So I said, oh, okay. So he's another one. Wes Hannaberry, he's video writing, marketing author. I met him. He's from the St. Louis area. He does really good with video presentations, business presentations as well as video presentations for, online. So he's another good one. And Brad and Matt Collin, of course, are software tool developers for traffic generation and marketing. They're really good. I've used a lot of their software programs since 2004, and they do everything I want them to do. So they're pretty good there. They're like, you could probably relate to these guys if you're in computer science. You're going to be building software, working on projects for the back end probably. So these guys did it, and they just kind of took it out to a marketing, and they just market it. And of course, they got people to help with that. I think they use some network marketing, and they got that's just their. If you visit that site, you see their products. They got SEO link buying, and they got different link. I think Link Monster, I think it is, and they got different softwares that'll help you do backlink strategies, do SEO strategies, SEO analysis. I think they have some directory posters and a lot of good information on their sites. So I recommend visiting their sites highly. These are exceptional article directories, ease on articles, you've heard me talk about it. Christopher Knight, article directory marketing through content marketing. They don't want no he don't want no copywriting in these. He just wants articles that might explain a little bit about instructional, like your website. You could probably put a 500-word article in it about your website. You're not selling anything. You just want people to visit a website. And if you're selling something, you have it on your site. That's the kind of stuff they like. They don't allow any affiliate, links in the resource boxes. So they will allow a link to your website. You can see leave something in there, and you can put down at the bottom and say, for more information on guidance for school guidance counseling or whatever, please visit this site. And they will. They'll hopefully they get a lot. And if you do a, from what I've seen from your website, which we'll get to here in a minute, you have a lot of searches on your website that you could do articles for, and you have a lot of people going with those. Charlie Page, on the other hand, is a good guy. He has a big network. He has the 15 top network directories that he recommends putting articles in to have the greatest growing of traffic. He's got some networks that do allow solo ads, solo copies, and he's got solo ad writers in the network, and he's got some article writers in there. I mean, this guy has a big network. I recommend visiting his site, looking it over. I mean, he's a nice guy. I've been corresponding with him for a few years, and he is really a nice guy. He's out to help everybody. I've sent emails to him, and he has sent it back personally.
Wow.
Which that's a surprise, because normally you get people in an office or something,
Automated response.
Huh?
Automated response.
Yeah, yeah. But he has sent it back, and I like it. And I guess that's it. It's a 30, there was just a 30 slide